Full-time Demon Dao, The Legend of the Celestial Dao Body. Chapter 1, The Beginning, The Call of the Magical Continent. The Tianxing Continent, a world where magic and martial arts are intertwined. There are 7 kingdoms, and the strong are like clouds. Here, magicians, alchemists, summoners, demons, and warriors perform their own duties, but they check and balance each other. Different sects have their own unique skills and compete for the hegemony of this land. In Fuyun town in the north, there lives a young man named Sikong Ling. He wasn't a gifted magician, nor was he a forging champion, but he was the only demon apprentice in the town. Demon Dao, this mysterious profession, is good at controlling divine beasts and magic circles with summoning techniques, and has ancient Shinto secret arts, which are extremely powerful in both combat and support. Sikong Ling's signature skill is his original scattering beans into soldiers, which can turn seemingly ordinary beans into thousands of soldiers, making the enemy unguardable. And his secret weapon is the Celestial Dao Body Divine Technique, a powerful spell that can instantly increase all attributes. As a Demon Dao, he can use such a powerful divine skill, which is beyond the reach of many warriors who despise Demon Dao. Chapter 2, Challenges, The Sorcerer's Fireball and the Alchemist's Trap. One day, Floating Cloud Town welcomes an alchemist from the south, Leon Kalzer. Leon is skilled in creating explosive potions and enchanted traps, and legend has it that his enchantment can cause weapons to burst into flames and break through the hardest armor. Leon brought a challenge, wanting to test the strength of Sikong Ling's demon path. When Sikong Ling unleashed his signature invincible little fireball, Leon laughed it off, and the enchantment array he cast instantly countered, causing the fireball to explode in midair. Leon defiantly said, "Magician? Alchemist? Demon Dao? It's all pediatrics, look at my traps." Faced with these challenges, Sikong Ling deftly activated the Scattering Beans into Soldiers spell, and countless beans transformed into small soldiers, pouring like a tide towards the trap set by Leon. The beans scattered and stood still after the explosion that triggered the trap, successfully forcing the alchemist back. Chapter 3, The Appearance of the Summoner and the Battle of the Divine Beasts. Just as the two were fighting, the summoner Yuchen quietly appeared. Yu Chen is a famous summoning master in the eastern seas. He can summon the giant mythical beast Kanglin, whose power is unmatched. Dissatisfied with the fight between the two, Yuchen decided to join in and challenge Sikong Ling. Yuchen summoned Kanglin, and the huge divine beast shook the audience. Flames and thunder and lightning intertwined, and the heavens and the earth seemed to tremble. In the face of such an overwhelming force, Sikong Ling did not panic. He showed the rare heavenly god Dao Body divine technique of the Demon Dao, allowing his full attributes to skyrocket in an instant. In the fierce duel between the divine beasts, Sikong Ling used the stunt Celestial Split, combining magic and summoning, splitting his figure into several phantoms, and wrestling with Kanglin. In the end, Kanglin was repelled by Sikong Ling's nimble attack, but Yu Chen was also impressed by this Demon Dao. Chapter 4, The Warriors Counterattack, The Arrival of the Stars. Just as everyone was resting, the legendary warrior Qing Ming appeared. Qing Ming was wearing pure green armor and holding a giant sword, with a majestic demeanor. He is the nemesis of the Demon Dao, a combat master who specializes in cracking summoning and divine arts. Qing Ming sneered, "No matter how strong the Celestial Dao divine technique is, it can't stop my demon-breaking sword." He slashed down with his sword, and the sword chi was like a raging storm, forcibly destroying Sikong Ling's heavenly god Crack Phantom. The two sides started a melee battle, and Sikong Ling used all his strength to use the heavenly god Dao Body divine technique. His body was filled with mysterious light, and his strength skyrocketed. However, Qing Ming's combat skills are proficient, and every attack hits the point. When the battle reached its climax, Sikong Ling suddenly used his last hole card, fused the bean scattering into a soldier with the celestial god Dao Body, and summoned a huge divine soldier bean heavenly general, which was amazingly powerful. In the face of such pressure, Qing Ming was also forced to retreat. Chapter 5, Alliances and Betrayals, Continental Upheaval. After many fierce battles, Sikong Ling unexpectedly formed a fragile alliance with Leon, Yuchen, and Qing Ming. The continent is threatened by the mysterious dark force Shadow Demon Society, which can corrupt magic and martial arts, and put all professions in danger. During the investigation, Leon's true identity is revealed. He is actually a spy within the Shadow Fiend, pretending to be an ally for greater ambitions. Sikongling felt betrayed, but because of this shock, he decided to lead the remaining allies deep into the enemy line. Chapter 6 Awakening, the Awakening of the Full-Fledged Demon Dao. In the main city of the Shadow Demon Society, Sikongling activated the ultimate divine technique of the celestial Dao body, Vientian burning the sky, and summoned all the divine beasts and soldiers who had fought in the past to fight against the dark forces. In the decisive battle, Sikongling's invincible small fireball and beam scattering became the key, and with the illusion of the heavenly god rift, the enemy formation was disrupted. The cooperation between Qingming and Yu Chen also made the battle more intense, but after all, it was no match for Sikongling's full-time demon power. The dark forces collapsed, and Sikongling also completed the legendary transformation from an ordinary demon path to a full-time demon path, becoming the true guardian of our country. Chapter 7, Deep Awakening, the Secret of the Shadow Demon Society. After the main city of the Shadow Demon Society was breached, peace seemed to have returned to the continent, but the real darkness had just begun to emerge. Sikongling discovers a mysterious ancient book in the ruins, which records a deeper dark power, the power of the abyss. This power can devour all the light in heaven and earth, and even destroy the origin of magic. Sikongling knew in his heart that if this force awoke, the entire Tianxing continent would fall into eternal night. At this point, although Leon's rebellion was exposed, he escaped, secretly contacting the remnants of the Shadow Demon Society, preparing to detonate a larger conspiracy. Sikongling decided to form a team with Yuchen and Qingming to track down Leon's traces and seek to stop him. Chapter 8, The Void Rift and the Chosen One. During the tracking, the trio came to an otherworldly rift known as the Void Rift, which is said to be the entrance to the power of the abyss. The vicinity of the rift is filled with distorted spaces and psychedelic illusions that are mind-breaking. For the first time, Yuchen cast a powerful summoning seal technique, stabilizing the energy fluctuations of the rift. Qingming uses the Demon Breaker Giant Sword to protect the team to avoid being confused by illusions. Sikongling's Celestial Dao Body Divine Technique played a key role at this time, maintaining their spirit and strength. In the depths of the rift, they encounter a mysterious Chosen One, Shadow Song, a half-human, half-demon being who has partially awakened the power of the abyss. He provokes the trio with an eerie voice, claiming that the abyss will reshape the world order. Chapter 9, The Duel of the Heart of Darkness. Shadow Song and Sikongling have a fierce duel. Shadow Song can control dark energy and turn space into a death trap. Sikongling resisted with the Celestial Dao Body Divine Technique, and at the same time summoned the Soldier Bean Heavenly General and multiple phantoms. During the battle, Shadow Song forcibly opened the rift in the abyss, and the dark power quickly poured into the world, causing the sky to become gloomy and the light to fade. Sikongling broke through the limit at the critical moment, and unleashed the ultimate mystery of the Flame Divine Array, which combines scattering beams into soldiers and invincible little fireballs, forcing Shadow Song back with the huge suppressive power of fire and troops, and the crack gradually closed. Chapter 10, The Alliance's Rift and the New Enemy. Although the Abyssal Rift was temporarily sealed, Leon reappeared, this time gaining some of the power of the Dark Abyss and becoming even stronger. He defies Sikongling, revealing that he has become the new leader of the Shadow Demon Society. At the same time, Leon secretly wooed Yuchen in an attempt to divide Sikongling and his allies. Yu Chen struggled inwardly and began to question the meaning and outcome of this battle. Qingming was angry because of Liang's research on the Celestial God Dao Body Divine Technique, and firmly supported Sikongling. Cracks began to appear within the alliance, and the shadow of war once again loomed over the continent. Chapter 11, The Awakening Ritual of the Celestial Spirit. In order to deal with the increasingly powerful Leon and the Shadow Demon Guild, Sikongling decided to search for the legendary Celestial Dao Body Awakening Ritual, which is said to enable the Celestial Dao Body to reach the supreme peak and control the deeper laws of heaven and earth. The three of them embarked on a journey to the ruins' Nine Heavens Mystery Realm. Along the way, they encounter many crises and face their own inner doubts and fears. During the ceremony, Sikongling felt the perfect combination of his demonic power in the heavenly god's body, and the inside of his body erupted like a burst of light. This time, his full attributes soared to unprecedented heights, becoming a full-time demon deo in the true sense. Chapter 12, The Ultimate Showdown, the Battle Song of the Full-Time Demon Deo. On the final battlefield, a shocking battle broke out between Sikongling and Leon. Leon used the dark power of the abyss to dye almost the entire sky black, and the dark magic energy swept all directions. Sikongling uses his new skill after the awakening of the celestial god Deo body, the heavenly destiny burning flame, Flame Dance Heavenly Soldier. His fireball fuses the elements of heaven and earth, and contains both blazing flames and the power of wind and thunder, and Bingdushan will become as dexterous as a living god. In the fierce battle between the two sides, Yuchen chose to return to Sikongling's camp and be assisted by the power of the giant beast Kanglin. Qingming uses the demon breaker sword to split the dark magic energy, showing the true nemesis nature of the warrior. In the end, Sikongling defeated Leon in one fell swoop with the illusion clone of the heavenly god Rift Shadow, combined with the combined attack of the Bingdu heavenly general and the Yuchen divine beast, and the power of the abyss was completely sealed. Chapter 13, The Rebirth of the Shadows, Leon's Plan for Revenge. Although Leon was defeated in the ultimate battle, his consciousness did not dissipate, but flowed into the abyssal dark realm. The corrupting power of the dark abyss allowed him to be reborn and gain a new power, the Shadow Core, the ability to absorb and transform his enemies. Leon secretly plots revenge, contacting the remnants of the Shadow Demon Society in the past, preparing to detonate a larger conspiracy on the dark side of the continent. He decided to use Stigmata of Darkness as a passage to erode the minds of important people in various countries and divide the enemy camp. Chapter 14, Continental Storm, The Spread of Darkness Stigmata. Leon's dark stigma spreads rapidly, heroes everywhere begin to behave strangely, and former allies turn into enemies. The town of Fuyun, the eastern seas, and even the hometown of the warriors are in chaos. Sikongling, Yu Chen, and Qingming must split up to find the key people affected by the dark stigmata and purify their minds. This journey is full of hardships and challenges, and the friendship between the three is also facing unprecedented tests. Sikongling went deep into the dark core and forcibly stripped the stigma with the celestial Deo body divine technique. Yu Chen summoned the divine beast to resist the shadow monster, and Qingming slashed the corrupted enemy on the battlefield, and the three worked together to gradually restore order on the continent. Chapter 15, The Symphony of Light and Darkness. In the process of clearing the dark stigma, Sikongling encounters a mysterious woman, Liu, who claims to be a guardian of the light with powerful healing and purifying powers. Liu reveals that the root of the darkness of the abyss comes from an ancient forgotten deity known as the Nether Master. Liu and Sikongling join forces to explore deeper mysteries. Liu's addition has greatly increased the team's strength, but her past and purpose remain a mystery. Chapter 16, The Shadow of the Nether Master. Sikongling and his party entered the ruins of the ancient gods and found that the Netherworld Lord had not died, but was sleeping in the rift of time and space. The dark energy of the Nether Lord and the power of the abyss intertwined to form an incredibly powerful curse. Leon took the opportunity to form an alliance with the Nether Lord, intending to use the power of the old gods to completely drown the light. Sikongling gathers all his allies and embarks on a battle that spans time and space. Feathers Ilan and Immortal's demon breaker sword engage in a fierce battle across the mysterious ruins, and Liu cleanses the curse of the old gods with the power of light. Chapter 17, The Ultimate Dawn, The Peak Awakening of the Full-Time Demon Deo. At the time of the decisive battle, Sikongling comprehended the ultimate meaning of the heavenly god Deo body and the demon Deo summoning, heaven and earth burning god dance, which is a peerless divine skill that can burn the elements of heaven and earth into one. Fusing the power of heaven and earth, summoning mythical beasts and the army of soldiers, Sikongling transformed himself into a burning god and burned and purified all the dark energies of the Lord of the Underworld and Leon. At this moment, Sikongling has transcended the boundaries of magic, alchemy, summoning, demons and warriors, and has become a truly full-time and invincible existence. underscore 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 un. Chapter 18, The Guardians of Light and the New World. The continent finally ushered in the long-lost light, the Netherlord was sealed, and Leon's conspiracy was shattered. Liu stays in Fuyun and becomes a messenger of the light. Yuchen and Qingying return to their respective realms, waiting for the next challenge to peace. Sikongling became a legendary hero and formed the Celestial Dao Body Guardian Group to train the next generation of full-time Demon Dao to protect the eternal peace of the continent. Underscore 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 un. Postscript. In the long history of Tianxing China, the story of Sikongling has been sung by countless bards. With his innovative demon magic and indomitable will, he rewrote everyone's perception of Demon Dao. The story is not just about victory, but also about courage, friendship, betrayal, and awakening. No matter what kind of destiny you are in, only by constantly breaking through yourself can you shine the brightest light in the storm. There are still countless adventures waiting for those brave who crave power and truth, and the legend of the full-time demon path will always be circulated.